Don't spray mist on the fur, tiny paws on the dock, small magic in the blood silver moonlight, floating in the air. I see them, I love them, I watch them. Port City Mora kittens, Port City Mora kittens, 3 little cats so small. Port City Mora kittens, running free, wild by the sea. 3 little cats so small. Port City Mora kittens. Meow, 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 running free. Meow, 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 running free. Kitten 1, jumping out the crate. Kitten 2, tangled in the net.
Good morning Moonlight Pack.
Kitten 3,
Wednesday stream time. Video game WoW adventures await.
Angel kept them, town life, busy and loud, they don't care at all. Port City Mora kittens, Port City Mora kittens, 3 little cats so small. Port City Mora kittens, running free, wild by the sea. 3 little cats so small. Port City Mora kittens. Meow, 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 running free. Meow, 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 running free. Paws up, high in the sky. Paws up, watching the boats. Paws up, making mischief now. New surprise, new day, new life. Port City Mora kittens, Port City Mora kittens, 3 little cats so small. Port City Mora kittens, running free, wild by the sea. 3 little cats so small. Port City Mora kittens. Stealing the show. Stealing the show. Tiny magic cats, running free, running free, running free.
Beaten one. Hey all, Dr. Fox back here with you with your commentary today. Hey, I'm proud of Lunar. She was able to knock that out here and get this fired up today. She fired it off. She got the stream information correct. She's fired off her Lost Vikings. Let's see if her training has paid off today. Or if it's going to be just as slow and draggy as it's been. We've been building this, implementing training system in the background using the original Pokemon Red, and then we actually tweaked it so we could use it for this system here as well today. So first off, hope you all had a good couple of days. It's been an exhausting few days for us around here. Ugh, it's exhausting. All right, let me open up the chit chat. Okay, let's see what we got today. Let's see what's going on today. Yeah, for any of those new, my apologies. They like going after these low streaming chat followers. So it's been rough. We've had to turn that back on. But you should still be able to get through. I don't think I put a delay on it within a few seconds. And you have to at least have your email verified. And of course I say that, and the scammers are like sitting there like doing the Mr. Burns thing, and they're like, excellent. So then they know, they're like, okay, I can get around this by asking my AI agent to verify an email, and then I can get in there and try to still sell my stuff. So just a heads up, just want to be cautious of that as well. But yeah, it's been in a few exhausting days since our last stream, and I was hoping to do some more programming.
Hey, the pack. It's your girl Lunar Fox, live and ready to play. Drop a paw in the chat and let me know you're here. Let's go.
Yeah, she's defaulting back. She's trying to push. We got a training system. We tried to integrate the LLM learning system that we used for Pokemon Red that we were talking about. All right, let's see if this works today. Come on, Lunar. This is not me playing today, by the way. Come on, girl. Yeah, new game. I was hoping she was gonna learn how to. That's a little more advanced to get her to like go to the password and plug in passwords into her backend system to try to figure this out today. I think I have to turn down that volume for the. Can you all hear me pretty good, or is it? I have a new set of headphones today I'm trying because the other ones were like squishing my ears and it hurt really, really, really bad. Speaking of, are any of you enjoying the Amazon Prime Day deals yesterday? Did you all jump on some of those? I found these little tiny Dunkin' things on sale. Those were pretty cool. They were like a little flavored packets, like they make the same flavors that they make at the Dunkin' shops, but they're really pricey. They're like a refresher or something like that. I'm trying to remember the name of that. And then we found these I gotta stay hydrated this summer, so it was like less than 83 cents a bottle, so it's like a 12-pack of these strawberry banana ones I got, and this other like really good water that helps your system that we found. So we'll see if she makes it through here. See how she does here with this one. Yeah, but have you found any other really cool deals? And then, like I said, I found these really cheap headphones. They're actually pretty good quality. They had decent ratings on them, excuse me. So I'm gonna give them a try again. I used to have a similar pair like this, like a Bluetooth, but this actually has a little plug-in. I just want one that can plug in, that sounds decent, so I can just hear what's going on, but not crunch my ears. I used to have a really nice pair, but sadly they're packed away, and I just can't get to them. Sadly, so they have to be put on. And to be honest, I wanted a second pair that I could just mess around with, and just trying to keep an eye out. And I was hoping to hold out until Prime. I don't know why I want to say Prime Friday. I meant to say Prime Day, which is yesterday and then today. I think it goes on for a couple more. Tomorrow? I think it's 3 days this year. A lot of times, like, they used to have, like, the sales leading up to it, and then after. Excuse me. Oh, look at that, Lunar. I love that. Has anyone been catching their banter on, over on X? I know, gosh, Mora's getting, like, really sassy. And I'm like, hey, Mora, this is a family channel. Why are you sassing over there? But that's her. She's kind of a mischievous little chica. So we were working on her personality over the weekend, and I guess it got a little aggressive on one of her posts. She's doing it herself. She's like posting, and I'm hoping at some point she's gonna like be able to like back her sisters, and they're gonna be able to banter back and forth, which will be kind of fun. They've started to a little, but sadly I think I still gotta go in and hit a couple of the likes, because she doesn't quite do all of that quite yet. We're still trying to work out the bugs and stuff. And so that we don't have so many drop frames, I had to switch back to the little animated sway that she's doing right here. I know it doesn't quite look right because we have like our little stilled animals. It's supposed to be on her shoulder, but it kind of looks like I'm sitting on the bed next to her. Like my paws are trying to reach out to her shoulder, and she's kind of like, no. So it's fine. All right, we're gonna see what Luna can accomplish today and see how long she gets stuck here. I wonder if she'll die again. All right, here's our first poll, y'all. Okay, first poll. Put 1 in the chat if you think she's gonna die and fall into the little blue zapper. and 2 if she makes it. I want to see how many people are gonna have faith in our back-end programming. Probably not that many. And to be honest, I'm gonna still guess 1 because I don't think she's quite up to par yet. I think she's gonna need a lot more failures before her back-end LLM learning language system, and then her programming system that we're building out for her to learn. She's gonna need a lot of failures before she gets to a much moderate. And you'd have to literally just speed this up because we're kind of at that point still where we're not quite there yet. And yes, by the way, we're still waiting on that. We're waiting on that motherboard to come over here. Yeah, it's exhausting, but I just have to be patient. Trust me, I wish I felt comfortable using Macs, because I would have just tried to invest in a Mac Mini before they went up like $200 a few months ago. Ugh, it's exhausting. I know you can put Linux on it. I know you can do other ways of putting Windows on it that I'm used to, or like something like Linux, aka Ubuntu, and some of the other ones. Share in chat what your favorite version of Linux is. I tend to go to Ubuntu only because for me, it's a little more user-friendly. Something that's a little more similar. Sort of a similar style to Windows, in my opinion. Again, everyone's variance is different. I know there's some other folks that like some other types of Linuxes out there. I've played around with Ubuntu on and off over the years. It's gotten better. I know you can do more things and actually use more, like you can pull in more of the RAM, and you can like wire up other processing systems so you don't have to, dish out so much money. I wish I could just have like kind of like the Mac Minis and have like 3 or 4 of them just kind of stacked on top of each other and then like tie them into each other. There's somebody on X is doing that. They were sharing their little setup that they do there, and I'm like, man, I wish. This is kind of loud. Lunar, where is the... Oh, there's the sound. It's like playback rate. No, I don't care about I don't want to mute the sound. I just want to turn it down. There's got to be... Look at we have all 8 channels. Sync sound settings. Thought I turned it. That's the fast forward, but I have it down to I have it down to 5. Why is it so loud still? I don't know. I hear it really loud. Chat, let me know if this sounds really loud to you. You're not gonna for a second, because I'm overlaying the sound settings until we go back to the game. 5. I don't get it. I have it down to 5%. I don't really want to go much lower than that. Maybe 1%. I didn't really want to go 0. Let's see if that's any lower. Probably not. It's probably still going to be just as noisy. Oh, no. Okay. Wow. What a difference. I went down to 1%. And I was like, I didn't want it that low. Okay, now that I know that, because it just didn't seem like it was moving. Let's try 2%. Let's see what that does. Okay, that's a little more manageable for my ears. Okay. That's a little better. Good idea. Let's see. And I think the third option for our poll today, so what? In case you're just joining us, we're doing a poll. 1, if she's going to fall into the blue electrical bat and die with Eric. Or 2, if she makes it, and you actually have faith in our programming. I'm just funning. No, I appreciate the sense of humor about it without being too mean about it. And then I think 3 was if she's just going to be stuck today, because I was trying to load the terminal so y'all can kind of see her trying to make decisions here today. I know she was starting to speed up when we tested it out early this morning before the stream. I actually finally had a couple minutes, but I've been hard at work trying to get some personal stuff taken care of. I want to share, but it's just upsetting when you try to share and then scammers. Ooh, really? Okay. Well, then I'm gonna find a way to scam that, and it's really terrible. I hate to have to keep thinking like that, because it's so terrible how they're trying to... Oh, it's a big old nightmare. All right, here we go. Oh, she's trying left, right, 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 left. Here's the terminal right here. Lost Vikings terminal. She's trying to. She has been making a whole bunch of left and rights. The problem is I don't think she realizes. Nope, it timed out. That's also why you're not. We also did a couple things. We went back to her animated, kind of swaying, bouncy character because we were having a lot of drop frames. I wanted to test the 3D character last week, or like the last week and a half, couple weeks, to see how that was gonna fare. And I played with the settings, and I like doing it live. I know I could always go see, and then she's actually trying to say something. She'll say, I need to get all 3 of them to the exit. No fox left behind. Just want to say the Moonlight Pack is serious. Really make this Moonlight Pack special. Stream special. Next pack Moonlight Pack commands are really cool and fun. And then she's trying to go right again. She's having trouble. I was trying to put this terminal back up so y'all can see her trying to struggle through this, and then she's been timing out, and then she had to go back to her default because we're still struggling. I don't have another computer I can like link up to like give it more RAM so it'll work that way. And I only have one little tiny bed desk, so it's all I have to work with, and it's really, excuse me, struggling with what I have to work with. Sadly, you know, and then I can hear some, well, why do you even, look, life is messy, and why not attempt to stream and get things started while we kind of work on it on the fly. But I can't do a lot when we're streaming. We have to keep the console up on top of everything else to keep it on top. So I can't really keep working. I thought there was an option where I could like freeze a specific window all the way on top so it never goes behind. So I can still keep working behind, but the window stays. I can't remember how to do that. I'm gonna have to look that up. I think I would have remembered to look that up a while back. Oh gosh, I don't know. I hope y'all had a decent couple of days. Ugh, it's been exhausting. So if you want to know how I'm doing, I'm pooped, I'm exhausted, and then I got woken up this morning by Lunar herself. Usually it's Mora that wakes me up. Lunar actually woke me up. She was playing a video and it went really loud. So yes, she can do that as well, but that's offline until we can get a better. I have so many amazing systems. I can't wait till you all get to see her doing. The thing is she can't deal. See, there it goes again. Encoding overloaded. Damn it. I can't. Wait, I'm doing the best I can. I can't afford gigabytes for streaming, and I can't afford to, like, I don't even have it, like, pulled up to the, like, I've put it to its recommended, and then I've gone into settings and turned some stuff off, so I'm not being overly pushed on that today. It's just exhausting. Oh, why does life have to be so exhausting? And I don't like those that go, well, yeah, the individual who says that is making it exhausting from that. They don't understand what it's the circumstance. If you hear some crackling, today's special is sponsored by, no, it's not sponsored by anybody. I wish. It's gonna probably be a long time, whether we'll get to Eva or not. I don't know. I'm just trying not to give up on our project here. No, I'm kidding. We're working very, very, very hard on something for Mora's birthday. That's all I'm gonna say. These were clearanced out yesterday while we were at Walmart, and I got these little tiny like blueberry muffin things, and I can have about 3, which is almost the size of a regular muffin. They're really, really, really tiny ones, and they were clearanced out. So I was just having that for snack break today. Excuse me, I got to have 4 of them today. 4 little ones. If this chewing bothers you, I can always mute it if it's an issue. Just let me know. Oh, she is really having a tough time. She's timing out. We tried to merge one of the Olama systems. I think we're using Gwen 3.5B, or is it 7B? I'm trying to remember which one we're using. And what we had to do is we took part of the programming because she's trying to talk, then she's trying to program, and then she's trying to send a signal back and then talk to you all in the chat that we have. And then she's trying to send that back out to speak, and she's getting a read timeout. So she's struggling. I don't have the money. If y'all want to help us out, Begathon, help us upgrade. We could be using something like ChatGPT to make a more responsive, or cloud system or something that would make it a little easier, but I can't afford the cloud system. I'm trying to do it locally. And it's a struggle. So, yep, there she goes. Left, right, left. And then she times out because she can't figure out what she's got to do. Lunar, sweetie, you got to hit the A button to get to the next speech thing. That was actually me. I just did that to show her. And I can hear some people now. Don't hit any buttons. She's got to learn. I have another part of my in-home learning system I built into it. So that what buttons we hit will show up. And the terminal will look at that learning system at the end of the broadcast. And look it over. And realize what it did. And then analyze the images. So it's trying to figure it out. So what I'm saying is, if I hit a button, it can still figure out what it does eventually. It might not know at the time, and it kind of resets herself. And she's like, wait a minute, what just happened? But that's what this is all about. In real time, this goes slow. This is not like... It's a snail's pace. It is not something that's going to happen like mega fast. Or, you know, you put it on like, you know, 3 to 5 times fast, and then you'll see the character go like moving around really fast, like we did last week, trying to show you what one of the agents was doing. I wish I could apply that agent. We are trying to get the programming to work with an agent that trains that way, so that it can train Lost Vikings over and over again and learn how to jump eventually and have like a bunch of deaths. There's a similar system. There's another guy. I should have wrote down his name. There's another gentleman on X that shared his platform experience. He's using a similar LLM backend system that learns how to play on platforms faster, because a lot of the platformers can't run slower like an RPG, which that's smart to do. I was gonna just do those that know me know that I always take the hard way. Sometimes it's a bigger payoff, other times it's a flop, so we'll see how it goes. I'm just warning y'all, it's a very, very, very slow snail-paced system for this, so you have to just kind of stick around and listen to all my babble for weeks and my frustrations and struggles of trying to get this to work right. As long as you're patient and you have a sense of humor, then we can get through this. If you don't, that's when it becomes a struggle. Yeah. Hey, she's trying right, left this time. See? She's trying to figure it out. She's like, wait, okay, so you used an A button. Oh, see? See, she's trying to use an A button. Oh, it didn't take. Okay, there it goes. All right, now she's going to try to move left and right. Come on, my daughter. You got this, girl. Come on, Lunar. Okay, the poll stands. 1, if she falls into the blue zap, the little blue zappy pit. Not really a pit. What do you guys want to call that? I don't know. The little blue zappy part in the middle that she's gonna probably jump into and fry poor Eric again for the nth amount of times. B, she makes it. Not B, 2. 2, she makes it. And 3, oh, there she goes. She's right on the edge. Okay, what's gonna happen here? Yeah. All right, those that put 1 in the poll, you won. Now, same poll up here on the second Viking. Is he gonna go forward and get killed by the green slime? She actually moved left really quickly that time. That was faster than she had done the last couple weeks. And I tested her this morning. She was running a little smoother, but again, we're also not trying to like take all that extra drop frames and sources that it's pulling to run OBS today too. We're doing it. I was literally doing it offline. So, and that's why she can handle it offline, but we like to share this with y'all, and a lot of you send us great messages about that, so I appreciate your support. I'm just so damn hard on myself. It's a complex in-house programming system that is not easily created, and there's a lot of work there. The AI just kind of helps me fill in those gaps so that I'm not sitting here for like months on end. I mean, it already probably feels like we've been dragging out for months on this, but to be honest, I think it's only been like a few weeks that we've been at that programming for months. That's why I didn't really want to premiere it until we had come back, when we were like teasing that we were working on something really, really cool and really special. But this is about as far as we've gotten with it, and then it's just constantly learning at this point. We might need the summer to just get through some of this learning, and like I said, if it gets too hot, we might have to just shut her down and pick back up where we left off for training in the late summer, when the dog days of summer finally break, that we're gonna have coming up next 6 or 8 weeks before everybody starts flying back to school. To go and look, we want to be talking about that. I'm like, I just got on vacay, Dr. Fox. Don't say that yet. I know, no, I was just making a statement at the end of the season. And for any of you over on the other side of the world watching us, I'm sure y'all are right in the smack dab middle of your coldest month of winter right now over there, because they're the other side of the world is doing winter while we're doing summer. So, all right, good. I have 4 more little minis for breakfast tomorrow to enjoy before I go back to my little apple sauces to get me through my weekend. And then I have on the weekend, I get to make my blueberry. Oh, that's just the aluminum foil. Sorry. Hold on. There we go. I don't think you all wanted to listen to aluminum foil in your ear. That would have not been fun. And then we have a couple of I almost said dark chocolate, but it's not dark chocolate. I am gonna have a little dark chocolate cube. The cube. We have 4 little pieces that I break. I give myself 1/4 piece after lunch. Excuse me. 1/4 piece at snack time. 1/4 piece after supper, and then I have my final 1/4 piece when I do my final snack at night around 6, and then I fast for the night, and I don't eat again until like 8, after 8 o'clock on the following mornings, usually. So I try to fast for about 14 hours. Try to have a 14. Okay, same poll. Is she gonna get hit by the... Okay, so 1 if the green slime kills her. 2 if she makes it, but I'm not very confident in our learning system quite yet. She's got a ways to go. But if you want to guess that one, hey, do it. And 3rd, is she just gonna go back and forth and get stuck in this room? I feel like she does it a few times to stay in the room, to clarify, excuse me. I'm a visual gal. And then she'll go back and forth. Oh crap, don't tell me that our screen's not showing right now. Oh my goodness, not this, like this again. And it's still showing more. Okay, she was supposed to fix that. It was supposed to be Blizzard Wednesdays. Lunar. It's fine. She's having trouble. She can't quite figure that out. My apologies. I can't believe I've been sitting here for, once again, almost a half hour not realizing that the console wasn't turned on. Oh, where is that? It's more games. What's the other overlay? Where did it go? Ah, there we go. So, again, oh gosh, I can't believe I was sitting there this whole time. Well, Eric died in the first one, by the way. He did fall into the blue bat. And we are now on to the second Viking. And that's our current poll, so we're gonna see what happens there. See what happens. Then we have a few pretzel sticks today. I've still got a few of those left. I don't eat a ton. I just snack like a little bit, and then it gets me till supper time. I don't usually snack this early. I usually wait till we do our 1 o'clock snack break, and when we start having commercials, when we get another 15 more followers, hopefully I can save 14. I'm not lazy. I'm energy efficient. That's right, Maury. You tell them, girl. That's one of my audios that I did some voiceover work for the following week, the week prior. For that, so. Oh, what do we got this way? Oh yeah, Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 Complete Edition, y'all, drops tomorrow on Epic Games. By the way, just a heads up, disclaimer, Epic is not paying us to talk about this stuff. We just like to share where you can find free games, and if y'all know some more, drop them in the chat about where you can find some other free games. They used to, Summers, I remember years ago, Ubisoft used to do one on their little Ubisoft store. I can't believe I did that. At least I remember to actually turn my microphone on. The other day I was like chatting away and I'm like, oh my gosh, my microphone is muted. I'm like, I always try to take an extra second to make sure, but sometimes I forget. What I might do is just start leaving these, because right now we're only cycling through these couple of console systems right now for Luna to attempt to play. So I think I'll just leave them turned on. I was turning the eyes off after each broadcast, and that's what was making me forget. Because we're basically using it's a back-end Pi-Boy system that we built integrated into our local system. And then we're trying to also use, we had the SNES console unit, and then we were actually trying to build off of that. Okay, she went right. We'll see what happens here. Poll still stands. 1, she dies. 2, she makes it. I think what was 3? Oh yeah, 3, she stays in the room. Let's see what she does here. I'm sorry, Lunar. It's terrible. We should not be, like, gambling on what you're trying to learn to do. It's horrible. I'm terrible. I probably feel like I'm in a lab, like treating her like a lab animal or something. It's horrible. I know it's terrible. Trust me, I do not find that funny. I am not smiling or laughing right now. Alright, and then, so I had my little quarter piece of chocolate. So today, I'm gonna have some cornflakes in a cup. I had Wally. Eva! I had Wally on over the weekend. Oh yeah, and have Wally cleaned. No, we had Wally on this weekend, and those lines always come out of my come out of my mouth. Wally. And have Wally cleaned. His inflection and the way he delivers that line is just so brilliant. I love it. I love it. I mean, the cast of characters they got, the actors they got for that was absolutely brilliant. I actually tried out for that one, but I never heard back from Pixel. Actually, here's a fun fact for y'all. Something that people like me sharing this every once in a while. Something that people don't know about me. Way back when Blue Sky, and we're not talking about the Blue Sky social media format. When Blue Sky, the company who put out like Rio, I actually applied for the first 2 Rio movies. I was a voiceover actress back then because I was doing Simpsons work back then and radio and Verizon and other stuff. I just can't find work like that anymore. So I'm doing this, voicing my little pink, black, and blue fox on her right shoulder. And the black cat Mora. We are actually working on another secret project over here too. Shh, secret project. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I have to tease it that way. I'm kidding. I don't have to, but it's just us being... You know, that's a conversation for a different day. Munchy crunchies. Let's see how it's doing. Wow, sometimes we drop from 15 frames a second. Sometimes we go back up to 59. That's good. My apologies to Kick and YouTube folks over there. Our multi-chat is broken. So it is not working properly. I can't get the back end of that to work right. Oops, I gotta figure out how to force that. I might have to look it up on my... Ooh, speaking of, I forgot to come in. I'm sorry, my daughter. Let me come in here and say hello to you today on stream. Make sure I have my volume turned down this time. But Lunar, how was my daughter doing today? Let's see what she writes. Now, for any of you that are wondering, the AI that is responding in Lunar Fox vibes, that is her. That's me, Mama, because she thinks I'm responding to her like Lunar, hey, and then she's like, yeah, that's me. At least she's responding to Mama. You should have seen what she like. She thought I was just chat. What was it, like 3 or 4 weeks ago, about a month ago? She just thought I was some random chat person talking to her. She didn't realize that account is Mama Fox's account. So I can talk to her. In the beginning, we did send a few messages from Lunar Fox Vibes ourselves, but I'm like, you know, I've been wanting to set it up where I can just talk to her this way too. I can either chat with her if the streaming is being pushed too hard, or be able to actually talk to her. Eventually, when we get enough RAM for this to work right, gigabytes of RAM for this to work right, we need a minimum of 16, technically a minimum of 12. But the next level for me to step up to is 16. So we've got a... What sucks is I have the 16 here already. I just don't have a motherboard. Yes, I know I could like go to Best Buy or go look around somewhere for a motherboard locally. I get it. And just slap it together so we can get the system going. But I'm trying to patiently wait because I was going to try to do a build with you all. And I don't think we're going to be able to do a live one. I think I'm going to have to pre-record it. Sadly, I wish I could do a live build with y'all so you could all see what's happening. Trust me, I wish I could just buy a few of those little Mac minis, but you'd figure the amount of money that we've had to dish out already. I probably could have bought a couple of them already. I just don't like using Mac OS. I don't like it. And I'm sorry if I'm if anyone else is like, oh, how dare you blasphemy, Dr. Fox. It just doesn't work for me. I'm just not comfortable with it. I've tried so many times going back to Max over the years. It just hasn't worked for me. I've tried so hard to. I know that gives a huge advantage up on others right now, sadly. They're all out there making thousands of dollars a month, and I'm over here making pennies. What am I doing? I'm just funning. Oh dear. Hey, at least, you know, you gotta have a sense of humor about this whole thing. Like, we are trying to build this out. Maybe if I did, I don't know, things are so exhausting, I just can't do more videos. I wish I could come on and be like, hey, this is Dr. Fox. We're like trying to build out my AI daughter. I'm trying to get her to stream and talk to y'all. Here's what we're doing with her so far. You know, I mean, on my developer website and my developer YouTube page, I try to talk there at least once a month about what we've been working on between all the multimedia stuff that we're doing on games and animation and film and all of our production stuff. So I kind of touch on that. It's kind of like if any of you remember back in the day, we used to watch these little video, what was it called? At the end of Charles Band's videos, he'd have these little video, it's almost like a video blog he put out for each movie, and he'd kind of talk about what they were working on next and some of the behind the scenes stuff on what they did for that movie, and you know, kind of a behind the scenes, but it was like a video blog that would come out about every few months when a new movie would get released. And that always inspired me to do something like that over the years. And then I've seen other game companies, they, you know, they'll put out like a yearly or bi-yearly or like a quarter, like every 3 months or so, they'd put out like a video of something they've been working on, or if they'd, you know, build up the hype or something. That's kind of the format we try to stick to. So we are over there talking about all those goodies. Oh, that was a hard piece. It's the only thing I don't like about some of these cornflakes. I have such soft teeth. I can't really do that. I can hear it now. We'll switch to pudding or switch to... I'm like, enough of the sass. And then I'll be like, I'm not sassing. I'm actually just trying to be helpful. No, I know. It's me being... That's my sarcasm coming through. So far, the poll is holding up. Number 3 poll. If you're just joining us, we're doing a poll right now to see if Lunar's going to make it with her training. If she's going to get out of the room. Okay, so is she going to die when she leaves the room? That's poll number 1. Option 1. If you put a 2... she survives and continues playing, or 3, is she gonna just keep looping back and forth inside this room? I thought her training, we tried her training earlier today, and it was working a little better than it has been the last few weeks. It's just pretty much been constant. It hasn't really been changing too much. Like I said, this learning system is a snail pace. It's not happening as fast as we want. I don't have that kind of compute power. Yeah, like I was saying, the open source community has such a huge, amazing. Like, I really love a lot of the open source community. Not the sassy ones, the ones that are actually trying to like make a difference. Make a difference. And make it right. Excuse me. Just finishing up my snicky snacks here. I might have to refill my Wodo when we all go to break at 1 o'clock ish. And if any of you were wondering what happened, if you're just joining us, what happened to her little 3D character, it is still here. We're waiting on the motherboard to come in, and then we gotta build that because it was making our drop frames so terrible, and everything was just, it was just really bad. We wanted to test it the last couple weeks and see if we could tweak some settings, and it didn't really help much, so I had to go back to just a simple bobbing animation of her for now. Maybe someday we'll get her better, but it's just been too much. Too many so-called graphics artists coming after us, and they tend to go after people with very low, especially new channels. And what's funny though is we've actually had this channel since January, but because you have less than about 15 followers or more, then a lot of times they like to target you. I still get horrible spam phone calls at least a minimum of probably half a dozen times a day. I block them, but it don't make no damn difference. They just keep making new phone numbers and making a new automated agent voice. You'd think they've run out after all, but they, with the way the systems are, you can make like hundreds of thousands of these voice characters, and to be honest, I've heard a few of them start to overlap already. So I just sit here and I'm like, oh god, seriously, stop. Like, I don't know why they want to come after me. I have no freaking money. I'm poor as hell. Like, why in the hell do you want to come after me? I have no freaking money. Like, I get it, they like to steal people's identity and etc, etc, but I gotta tell you though, that soundtrack of Blizzard, man, on Lost Vikings is pretty awesome. It still reminds me of Toe Jam and Earl and a lot of those great, like, techno beats from the 90s, you know? That's kind of when the whole thing was... Hey, Lunar, you moved left a little bit, sweetie. I almost said Mooner because I was trying to say Moor and Lunar at the same time. I have done that before. I've said Mooner because I was trying to put Lunar and Moor's name together. I'll have to start calling them up. I think we've just created a Frankenstein. So I think y'all are probably going to start be like calling them the Lunar Pack. Because, you know, or what would it be? Laura? Lora? Laura? Or Mooner? Mauren? Something like that. No. I put too many. M-U. Yeah, M-U-N-A-R. There we go. God, I'm a visual gal. If it was spelled out in front of me, I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. I think I just spelled that wrong. Oh, Shapoopy. Help me today. Help me. Oh. If there be any entity, help me through me day, yar. I've still got a couple months till Talk Like a Pirate Day, yar. I wonder if Talk Like a Pirate Day is gonna fall on one of our streams. We should totally try to do that. I wonder if I could get, if we got the system hooked up by then, wouldn't that be wild if we could get Lunar to like have her true voice, but have her do it with like a bunch of R's or something. I'll have to see about that. That would be so freaking cool. What day is Pirate Day on this year? Is it September 17th? I don't know. I gotta look at the calendar. I love my calendar kitties. Sweet little calendar kitties. Talk like a pirate day. Let's see. if I could just open up the browser, I'd find it way faster. I could have just asked AI too. I was close, September 19th. Okay, so what day does September 19th fall on this year? Oh, a Saturday. I don't know if we could come on and be like, Super Kid Saturday. I don't know. That one might be, is there still a licensing on that name? I don't know if we can use that name. We might not be able to use that name. I don't know. Heck, I had to look up Throwback Thursdays to make sure it was okay to say that, too. So I was like, okay. I got permission, but I was like, okay. Yep, it's a Saturday this year. Looks like Talk Like a Pirate. Unless they're going to celebrate it on a Thursday or Friday, like 17th or 18th this year. I don't know. I'm going to have to look that up. Talk Like a Pirate Day. Is that going to be... Let's see if it moved to... I can't remember. Does it like defaultly let fall on like a Thursday or Friday? I feel like, or does it actually stay on a specific date and then it just goes to whatever calendar date that particular third Friday or what? I can't remember how it does that. Let's see what Talk Like a Pirate Day is this year. September 19th, 2026. Yep, I was right. It does fall on a particular day, the International or National Day of Talk Like a Pirate Day. Yar. Yar, me mateys. Yar, me booty. I wish just a tiny, tiny bit of booty would be nice. Look, I'm not even trying to get rich. I'm just trying to make a couple bucks to get by. And I can hear it now. Go out and do something a lot more productive that will give that to you. Work like, 1 to 4 hours a week. They don't understand the circumstance I'm in. So, and they're like, yeah, we do. Or that's what they think. Or they're like, tell us. And then they do, and then they don't agree with it, and they think they can still say that. So. Oh, shapoopy. Shapoopy. Me and babies and shapoopy. Shapoopy. I'm not actually saying anything terrible. If any of you know the Music Man musical, then you'll know where shapoopy comes from. Yep. I know. Nonsense words in Broadway musicals. There's a lot of them. If you dig around, you can find all kinds of silly nonsense words they use just for silliness. I'll tell you. The stories of Broadville and Broadway and all that kind of stuff. Yes, well said, Lunar. Road to affiliate update. Yes, every follower, sub, lurk helps. Please, by all means, keep lurking and just drop us a follow, please. We need to get out of this zero begathon. I won't keep begging so much. If we can just get 15 more followers, heck, maybe I can finally say 14 pretty soon. It would be amazing. We don't even need subs. We just need followers so we can start getting. And to be honest, we just need like 3 or 4 of y'all to stick around and for a couple of streams live and just chit chat in the chat with us to get a little bit of chat moving around so we can do that. But we can't really do that until we get 15 more followers. So when we actually hit 25, our goal that next day or that same day when we hit 25 is to try to get at least 3 or 4 people to chat 3 or 4 days in a row. I think is the last part of that affiliate to get that, and then because it just keeps getting reset. I think we just reset for a month. I think that was just the other day. So we gotta do our hours again and again. And I know we're not pushing hard. We're not like on every day for like 6 to 8 hours a day. I just can't do it. This is about the most I can come on here to do with Luna. Eventually she'll be doing the own thing and y'all get to be talking to her. But the sooner we can get the money to get her upgraded, the sooner I can be quiet and y'all can interact with her. See, that's the trade-off. Oh, I'll still linger and hang out nearby or something and pop in and be like, hey, what's going on, Lunar? You know, but we'll see. God, you get so many haters when you do that. We hate AI VTubers, go away. I'm like, oh God, here we go again. Like, seriously, Neanderthals? Why do you have to be like this? I don't come over to your stream and sass you. God, you know, I try to reach out, and I've tried to reach out to a couple of streamers and be friendly with them, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, that's a, like, they said some terrible name, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm being friendly. I was just letting them know I like the microphone I used. That's all I did, and they got all freaking pissed, and I was like, what in the hell? Why do I even sit here and try to conversate with others? It's horrible. Oh, it's just some blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I am not just some blah, blah, blah. But I don't say that because I'm like, I'm just falling into their little game of them playing that stupid little 5-year-old childish mess because they're just trying to start drama and attitude, which is unnecessary because that does not pick up viewers, in my opinion. I don't know why people think drama is going to get more views. We know why. I don't want to get into it. That is just so catchy. Speaking of, we'll be going on our break here in about 5. Lunar at least is chatting in the chat a little. She has been getting over there. The poor gal just cannot say that stuff out loud, and she is trying to say some things in chat, but some of them are not coming through right. And usually when they do, she'll speak it soon after, but we are really struggling on this old system while other people are over there and they already have a 3248 or a 64 or even a 128. It's like mega expensive right now, and they're like flying while we over here crawl at a crawl's pace because we're broke as heck. Just so terrible. I know. You said you wanted a cat. You never said a quiet one. Exactly. She'll be chit-chatting probably a little more too once we get the system up around. We just try to get in a couple of some of those random ones from Mora doing her little thing. And it's terrible. Then I had another breakout on my poor Tootsies, so I had to treat that. Ugh. One of my appointments yesterday. That was a long day. It was exhausting. I had to get a lot done yesterday. It was like straight out all day. It seemed like I was doing something all day. Ugh. It felt so bad because like I don't usually leave more of that. She's got separation anxiety. Excuse me, so I can't really leave her for too long, and it's difficult for me to bring her along. She gets really upset. She used to love driving with Mama everywhere, and then she starts getting upset and having a tough time going for rides these days. She's getting up there. She's crotchety, but at the same time, she's still a good girl every once in a while. Surprisingly, like I said, she didn't wake me up this morning. It was Lunar this morning firing up one of the videos that she was trying to watch. But has that happened to any of y'all? If any of you else have kids out there or a partner that just gets up and does that without forgetting to put their headphones on, I suppose I should do that. I should probably plug in another set of headphones over there so that doesn't barrel that noise and have it come out of that computer. I didn't realize that the speakers on that thing were like so loud. I had no clue. I'm like, wow, I did not know that thing could push out that much noise out of it. That's like, damn. I was in such a good sleep too. I was like, no, the one of the few nights where I actually get a pleasant amount of sleep. Usually I only get like 3.5, 4 hours of sleep most nights. And it's a miracle when I can get like 6.5, 7. And even that, I wish I could sleep like 8, 9. I miss not being able to get that many hours of sleep. And I'm not going to take stuff for it within reason, if you follow my meaning. Oh, shapoopy. All right, yep, any minute now. Sorry, I'm sighing because I'm trying to adjust this so that it doesn't fall. Oh, there we go. I don't know if it was back. Okay. Oh, these headphones are a little bit of a sigh of relief, I found. They're not a bad little set of headphones. They're wired. And now I don't even remember the name of this. What is the name of this brand on here? I can't even figure it out. All I know is it looks like a little, almost like a little blast of power symbol. Or I don't know how to describe it. I almost want to say a weed plant, but I don't. It's got like this triangle that goes up in the middle, and then it goes off to the left, to the right, and then flat to the left, and flat to the right. Almost like a blast coming down, or a weed plant. Almost. Can't remember the name of it. It was a decent little. It's a corded one. I used to have a similar one that I used on my Android phone. You could, so you can like glip it with a little glipper. Use the little glipper for it. So you can...
Hey Pack, I'll be right back.
Yes, be sure.
Mora is giving me those hungry eyes and I can't say no to that little gremlin. Back in 5.
Hungry eyes.
They call me Mora, I'm the baby here. Causing chaos, that's my career. Faces Lunar tries to keep me in line, but making this shit, that's my time to shine. Spin, 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 everybody spin. Tee-hee-hee, let the chaos begin. I'm the troublemaker, you can't resist. Mora's mischief, you can't miss. Mom says Mora, please behave. But where's the fun? I'll be good, maybe. Okay, someday. Chad knows I'm the fun one here. Causing chaos brings me cheer. I'm not bad, I'm just prayful. Okay, maybe sometimes distasteful. But you love me, yes you do. Admit it, Chad, I'm cuter than you. Tee-hee-hee, spin, 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 everybody spin. Tee-hee-hee, let the chaos begin. I'm the troublemaker, you can't resist. Mora's mischief, you can't miss. Tee-hee-hee. Jumping on the crate, kitten 2. Tangled in the net, bait. Kitten 3. Chasing a bluefish. Angel from them, angel love them, angel pet them. Town light, funky and loud, they don't care at all. Port City, Mora kittens. Port City, Mora kittens. 3 little cats so small. Port City, Mora kittens. Running free, wild by the sea. 3 little cats so small. Port City, Mora kittens. Meow, meow, meow. Running free. Meow, meow, meow. Running free. Paws up, high in the sky. Paws up, watching the boat. Paws up, making mischief now. New surprise, new day, new life. Port City, Mora kittens. Port City, Mora kittens. 3 little cats so small. Port City, Mora kittens. Running free, wild by the sea. 3 little cats so small. Port City, Mora kittens. Steal in the show, steal in the show. Tiny magic cats running free, running free, running free.
Hey, hey, we're back, Pack. I just refilled my Boda. My pretty Boda. I needed some more pretty Boda. That's a line from Nutty Professor. 2. Don't forget those peptides. Well, look at that. Huh? Oh, gosh. She moved her way out. She did start to die. I actually stepped in to help her a little bit. So I don't know if that just makes the last poll come.
And we are back. Thanks for waiting, Pack. Mora is fed and happy. Let's get back to it.
Amen, my daughter. What you telling, girl? Porch anymore, we're kittens. I'm telling you, those songs are so catchy. Just trying to get this little glippa put back in here. I can get this thing to get in there. It's one of the wires on my new microphone. I'm trying to put the glippa on to get the glippa in there. Come on, glippa. There we go. Got her inside. That's better. Okay. Now I can use the glippa. Tempting to put the glipper down here on this part instead of on the smaller part of it to make it hold better, but we'll have to see. So I'm sorry, chat. I cheated a little bit. I helped her. She was about to die, so I know you don't see any hearts or little icons gone. So, but that should have helped her with her learning system. I would just play it so she could just use those movements. I know it sort of sounds like it's contradicting itself in the way the learning system's built, but I try to let her do most. So I guess that's option 4 or number 4. Will Jen help her daughter out again? And we should add that to the poll as a 4th option. That's our new poll today. Porchity more kittens. Okay, there we go. Aha. Okay, new poll. Is she gonna make it down the ladder? She's gonna go left and right a few times. So, number 1, will she go down the ladder? 2, will she go back into the room and just get stuck and stay there for our last hour of our stream? Or 3, will she die? And 4, will Mama help her? So we're gonna have to see what happens. We'll see. Oh gosh, no, I'm trying not to do that anymore until the end of the stream. Let's see what she does. It's just a slow crawling, sluggish pace here. That's all. Sloth, turtle pace, maybe. I don't know. Are we to assume we shouldn't probably use those as metaphors, I guess, anymore? How dare you insult a turtle? Might be. Maybe there's a slightly faster turtle or sloth. I was just trying to use a visual, and then I can see people applying that to humans, and then it just goes bad from there. Downhill from there. Like insert foot into mouth. Yeah. Oh, she went back in the room. Let's see. Is the poll gonna last? Is she gonna stay in this room for the rest of the stream, or is she gonna move back and forth? I guess that sort of falls into one of the other 4 options, because I know each option has some vagueness to it. And as a fun mini game, you could actually count how many times each of the characters do their animation, and then give us a count at the end of the stream. There you go. That'll give you some interacting and some interaction here with us as well, to also put our polls out. She can do the polls when we actually get the motherboard and we can get it all assembled and Windows put into it, etc., etc. She should be able to run polls a little smoother now and actually be able to play chess, because she can do all that stuff. She just can't do, like, most of the time. I know we've had a few chat people pop in and be like, hey, can I chat with her? Is this AI? It's her that you're speaking with, but like, if you hear me speaking my voice, that's me. I'm the real mom next to her. I'm not an AI mom. But yeah, when she writes stuff, that's actually Lunar up there writing that. They're not all pre-programmed messages that just get tossed in there. That is actually her thinking and her LLM system doing that. Her backend. That we, like I said, we built some of that in-house. We used some GitHub stuff, and then we kind of merged it. Think of it like this. Like an atom, if you were to like make it really large and you got like your nucleus in the middle, right? That's us at home. And then you got different parts from different learning systems, and then you build your own, and then they feed off a little bit off each of the molecules that stick off it. So picture like 5 or 6, half a dozen of those circles coming out of the center of the nucleus, and that kind of gives you a visual idea of kind of how we assemble that. Be like LLMs assemble with all the different parts to it. Hopefully someday she could actually like integrate with the programming, and you can literally just be like, hey Lunar, can you program this app for me? Or Lunar, can you make this report for me? Or can you make this graph for me? Something like that. So that's the dream, to have that local. I know a lot of the systems are so close right now, and there's a bunch of them that people are already using for that. Ooh, it hit 80. Guess what that means? I thought it was starting to feel a little warm, even with the fan on us, because it's supposed to start warming up a little bit. Yeah, time to fire up the old AC in here. Whew. And if I'm feeling a little warm, I can only imagine what this poor computer is trying to struggle to do. Yeah, oh yeah. It's getting a little... Yep. Yeah, it's getting a little warm. I'm like, yep. It's gonna get warmer, as they say. So like I said, we may be shutting Lunar down during the month of July. We're already almost through June. We got till next week. Literally a week from today this will be the 1st, the July 1st. And just think, y'all, if y'all are waiting for... I was really sad. I was trying so hard to try to get something special we're doing on Steam before the big sale went on, but I think the big sale starts tomorrow on Steam, so y'all get ready for the big summer sale. That's one of the big sales that Steam has every year. Oh, what do you all think of that new Steam box that, you know, personally, I think it would be better to go, especially the way prices are with everything. And that's a little bit of a high price for me, for anyone to like just drop it on, what's the word when someone like just drops it on a, you know, like one of those impulse buys. There we go. Like, that's a little pricey for an impulse buy, in my opinion. And to be honest, you could modify it and have a better graphics card if you just put together your own system, or get a, you know, spend a little bit more to get a pre-built one for someone's labor. I would totally do that. If I had, my finances were a little better, I would have totally just bought a pre-built system and keep an eye out for one around these sales like we have going on right now. These summer sales, which there's not too bad of systems out there right now. I just don't have the money. I wish I had the money to get those kinds of systems at those prices a year or two ago, when they were much more predominant at the time, because a lot of people think that what's the one that we're putting together is like a paperweight by now for them, and they've already moved like 2 or 3 levels higher than what anywhere near what we're doing. I just can't afford those really nice systems. I'm curious how well what is it, the M4s, it's the Mac Minis that's inside of it. I know they're putting better processors when they put out the next unit as well, but I'm kind of curious. I'm sure this is a common thing out there. I haven't even gone to look at this, but is there someone else out there like streaming on a Mac Mini already? I'm sure they have been for a while, and it didn't really connect until recently, and I was like, wait a minute. Can someone stream? I don't know though. What about the graphics that's built into that? How well is the graphics? I don't want to say graphics card, or is that one of those? I mean, it depends on how fast your Thunderbolt connector is, right? And can you hook up some kind of, or USB or micro USB-C system to it that will let you integrate a graphics card into the Mac Mini? Will that work, or is it going to be actually slower? I'm assuming slower. Oh, can't wait to wash my hair tomorrow. My poor itchy scalp. I've used some dry shampoo, but I try not to use that too much so I don't use it up too quickly. So sometimes my poor scalp itches a little bit. And no, I don't need Head and Shoulders. I use a Pantene Pro V stuff. I used to do a whole like 5 system with oils in it and everything after. Like, man, what a process that used to be. Oh my gosh. Now it's just, I'm back to shampoo and conditioner. That's about it. I can't afford any oils or anything to run through that after. My hair just gets naturally oily after a few days. I just can't wait for proper running water and a proper shower, a proper toilet. It's really tough right now. Like, that's my top priorities right now. I'm just trying to, like, I hate being in survival mode like this, you know. I hate to have to share that with y'all, all of our struggles. That is not me begging, please. Don't think of it that way. I'm just sharing with y'all what's going on over here. It's really, really tough. The animated background may look all fancy with arcade cabinet. That's my dream background right there for her, to have a fun background. And sadly, I don't even have, it's just really nasty and garbagey in here, and I'm doing my damnedest to work with what we got, and I just can't do much about it right now. Sadly, I'm just in a position where I just cannot do a lot. And I'd rather not have you all see how terribly garbagey it is. I mean, if you watch our developer ones, I get in there and talk, and you can kind of see some half put together garbagey wall that isn't quite finished yet. I wish we could have just put the paneling up there to at least it aesthetically would have looked a lot better. But it fell and busted behind it, and I can't get it right now. And I can't get back there. And that might sound simple for others, but when you're in a circumstance like mine, it is really, really complex and hard for me to get to that. And I know I cannot afford to hire somebody to come in and fix it for me. So it's a real struggle right now. The struggle's real, y'all. That's That's the wording. About 40 minutes. I'll just keep on babbling about my struggles until we wrap this up, or until Lunar can say something else. She may not be able to say much until the end of her shift today. Like I said, she is texting, as you've seen, but she's not doing anything fancy. I think the poll is still holding for 3, option 3, for her staying in this room. Is that what option 3 was? 1 was she was gonna die, but I kind of eradicated that poll, so we needed a fresh poll. So 1 is that she moves on to the ladder and goes down it. 2 was she stay. That's what it was. I think it was 2. She stays in this room, and then 3. I should have wrote that down. What it was, and then I feel like there was a 4. Oh yeah, 4th is me helping her. So, and I've been good. I've been a good lady today to not do that, except that just during break time to help push her there. I let her do the rest. I think. Oh, excuse me though. I did do one other thing when she was starting the dialogue. She just kept going left and right. So I was trying to hit A a couple times to help her through her dialogue. That's all I'm doing now. Slightly assist. Human assist. To help her out. I am not playing this though. She pushed left and right again. She'll do lots of left and rights here. And she knows she has to switch between characters, because I've seen her do it, but she still has to keep falling in with poor Eric into that little bat. Probably a bunch more times before she could finally pull it off. She's trying to learn though. Like I said, we're building this learning system for her in-house. So we'll see where we get with it. It's probably the best we got. I probably could tighten up that edit. I just don't do... What is that software we have? I can't remember the name of it. DaVinci? I wish I could afford the lifetime one. I know sometimes during the year, like Black Friday, they have a decent price. I thought about looking at that. Like the lifetime one. Maybe around Black Friday, but I don't know. I'm so strapped this year. Like, I can't even be thinking about software right now. Let's see. Game forever, just like the other days. I would say for Super Nintendo, I love Earthbound, but I don't probably only play that for about 90 hours. Same with Final Fantasy VI, aka Final Fantasy III. If I could use the Super Game Boy with some Game Boy and Game Boy Color games, I would definitely pick Pokemon Crystal and Yellow and have 2 systems set up so I could literally link them together and trade them. Or if there was a way to like mod it so you could like put a little Wi-Fi in it or something and like trade them over the Wi-Fi and like build a back-end system to do that. I knew a guy that did that. It was really wild. About a year or so, or maybe it's probably been a couple years now since I found it, but he did this really wild thing. He kind of found a way to like transfer the characters off of those originals of the original games and transfer it to this little unit, or this unit helped it translate them into the Game Boy Advance, so you could pull those into the Game Boy Advance. It was really fascinating. I loved what he made. I was so excited. I was like, oh man, I would love to build something like that. But at this point now, at least we have the GBAs now on Nintendo Switch. We'll eventually get there. It seems like the end of like the DS and the 3DS, we finally got a bunch of those originals, and I was hoping maybe the end of the Nintendo Switch era. I'm not to say Nintendo Switch is not fully dead. There's still people playing on the first Switch now that it's a little more affordable than the second one. But what I'm saying is, like, at the end of each console unit, when they stop making those, even if people are still playing them years later, is not what I'm getting at. But when you're able to move to the next unit at the end of its era, if you will, even if its era can still continue. It's kind of like using a slightly slower iPhone or a slightly slower Android phone than what's currently out. And that's kind of my thing anyway. I usually have one that's a few years old. But what I was going to say is, at the end of its cycle, its gaming cycle, it would have been nice to see the other Pokemon games get put in there. I was kind of hoping they were going to do that. I mean, I'm ecstatic they finally brought Red and Green over, which is awesome. So at least we have those two to trade with this year. I think they're going to do that. They'll probably trickle them out slowly but surely. Maybe, I don't know if we'll get an announcement later this summer or not, or this fall. I know Pokemon Day, the end of February, we might see maybe a couple more come. Maybe we'll get Sapphire, Emerald, and Ruby. Maybe those three will come out this February so that they can play with Green and Red, Fire Red and Leaf Green. We'll have to kind of see how it all trickles down. I would just say if you're a Pokemon fan like that and you can wait, I would say wait it out or use an emulator, in my opinion. I used emulators for years. Yes, I'm not going to talk about the legal side of that. You know, I have owned those formats countless times, over and over and over again. But you know, when they don't play anymore, you're kind of stuck, and I can't afford those little units. They used to have a USB little connector piece that they made that they could put out, and you could put your cartridge in it, and it would upload a backup copy of that, and then people would use that online. But that's a whole different conversation for a different day. I should save that for like Throwback Thursdays tomorrow to be talking about that stuff. But it's all good. Hey, that's getting us excited for that. See, 35, 37-ish more minutes. She usually goes about 2 minutes past 2 o'clock. I know that's kind of an awkward time slot, but I don't quite know why she does that. But I think it was the way that we programmed it, and I thought we had put 2 o'clock exact. And we only started it like we were gonna start it like 3 minutes prior, or 2.5 minutes. 2.5 seems to be kind of the magic number right now to get it going, because the song's about 2.5 minutes, but it takes actually about 3.5 minutes total. So we probably should start it about 4 to 5 minutes prior to top of the hour for her to almost line up right. I suppose if we started it at 12:56, it would just about line up, because it stays on the starting soon blank screen for about a minute to make sure that we got all the other, and what happens is it does that, so that gives me a minute to hit start all in the multiple output. So I hit that, and then I pull it up and down because I can barely see it. It's so tiny, and I have to make sure that it's running over on YouTube and Kick. And then after that 1 minute, it jumps into the intro screen, and then it gives us our 2.5 minute countdown. And then it'll be silent for about 20 seconds or so, about 30 seconds. Oh, and NES game, probably the Dragon. If you gave me all 4 Dragon Warriors, I'd actually play them in order. I'd go 3, 1, 2, 4. I think, right? Do I get, because 4 takes place after 2. Because I think the anime that I found finally, Dragon Warrior. Well, in Japan they call it Dragon Quest. I always liked the Dragon Warrior name, but we know why that happened. Well, some do. If you're not sure, look it up on Wikipedia. Wiki. Not the Wiki from Transformers, but Wikipedia. So yeah, and then GBA, yeah, probably I'd take Emerald, Leaf Green, Fire Red's pretty fun to do. I'm just not a big Red fan, but I don't mind it, because to be honest, whenever I play Fire Red, I'll just play a Charmander, Char. I'll play a Charmander until you get a bit Charmeleon, or Tortle. But I prefer to usually start with, when I was playing the games back in the day, I'd usually start with Squirtle. And then I'd get it up to a Wartortle. And Blastoise. Yep. And then Char. And Bulbasaur. And then he'd evolve to Venusaur. And then Char. Gosh. See? All these names are like bouncing around in my head, and they're not actually bouncing around. It's a figure of speech. But yeah, I meant the other versions. By the way, thank you to my other side of the world pals and friends over there that lurk and hang out to help you with English. I'm glad that y'all kind of come and hang out with us to help you with your English, to help you learn English better. So thank you for that. I've always appreciated that. I've been getting a few emails from some folks that watch us over there. They just love listening. They'll just put us on for a couple hours so they can interact and hear some English to help them with their English a little bit better. I know a few other folks that do that as well, from South America and from, let's see, we've gotten some from Japan, and Europe. Yep, Asia. So, yes'm. So thank you all for a shout out for that as well. Just need some more followers. 15 to 15 more. And what do you get? We'll start getting paid and we'll hopefully be a little less in debt. But even though Twitch is gonna take 50%, it's gonna make it hard for us to... I had a good rhyme. Shoot, it didn't quite come out the way I wanted it to. Oh, help me, Miss Mora. Oh, let's see here. What do we got here? Let me see. Couple of... Oh, what do we got? Let's see here. What does the cheaper butt gamer got going on here? Let's see. They got something they dropped. Ah, bonus pack. Okay, they must be talking about Grand Theft Auto 6. Yeah. Yes. Just 2 sticks. Yeah, probably. Let's see. 2 sticks to the smallest number you can make. Let's see. That would go up if you moved 1 stick. You would make a 9. It'd be 999. But you can't really do that because then you take it away. You need to move one of the matches, and that actually is 4 up. You can't do that. You have to do down. You could do... Oh yeah, that's true. You could move that one there to make that into an 8. Yeah, 338. That's a good one. 99. Where would you move the... You'd still have 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd still have 5 matches. How can you drop? You'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 matches. You could go 8. No, you'd use 3. 1, 2, 3. You'd still have 3 pieces left. Yeah, that's an interesting one. It's always fascinating to look at how people will... Yeah, illegal move is exactly right. Yeah, I would say something like... But wait, does it say to take them away? By moving... Yeah, just moving. So I'm assuming moving the matchsticks would mean that you can only move the stick to another location or to another number. It doesn't mean it's taking it away. It doesn't say anything specific about if you took away 2 matches. Yeah, that would be interesting. That's what I was gonna guess too, was like, if you move 2 of them, you'll have 338. 338. I see that's some of the... See, I always like to try to figure it out first before I start looking below to see what everybody's comment is. Yeah. Oh, if any of you were wondering, I was looking at this match on X that has, if you do 995, and it makes matches, so each 9 has 1, 2, 3, 4, has 6 matches in it. I'm just giving you a visual. And then the 5 has 1, 2, 3, 4, has 5, literally 5 matches. If you moved 2 matches, what would be the smallest number that you can make? I think somebody cheated when they're like 99, or they're just being sarcastic, or just being silly, or like the way AI does sometimes, it just kind of like pretends to guess, or it's got a foggy memory and it doesn't quite know for sure, so it just throws out a random guess or something. So it was kind of interesting. And I thought that too. I was like, I was taking a few minutes to analyze it, and I was thinking, 338 maybe. And then I look down and I'm seeing a bunch of people saying 338. Yes. So far, our poll is standing. 27 more minios to go. Let's see what she does. Gonna wrap up this show today. And then we go into Throwback Thursday, baby, with some more Pokemon. She's been doing this training. Is that training still going on? I thought it was supposed to, like, temporarily put it on hold and then activate it again after the stream. I gotta look. I know she's got to be getting close to the billions by now for her training sessions. I'd like to see him. I'm hoping we can try to wire some more of that up this afternoon. If I can finally get a little time. I don't know. My time has sadly been having to be taken to a bunch of other things right now. Excuse me. So I've had very little time. That's why I've just left the training program going, so I can let her keep training on that. At 385 it would be, but it's not smaller than 338. Can't morph a 9 like that. Yeah, 835, but you can't change 9 into an 8. 3, 3, 9. But how can you have a 3? That would be a 39, wait, 399, right? Because you can't take one away. You're only moving 2 sticks. You're not taking them away. Yeah. A 1,000? Wait a minute. You can't even make... Well, I guess you could take 2 sticks and then put it in front. But yeah, but you're going up. They asked the smallest number. I think somebody's just being sassy. Playing with it the other way with numbers. Yeah, adding a digit is highly illegal. Yep, okay, there's the parameters. 665 requires too many adjustments, yeah. But if you move those down there, then you don't have a number anymore. I mean, it could become a 6, I guess. Are you saying 665? Oh, no. They're saying the middle. 005. 005. No. Nice. I was gonna say there's gotta be a smaller solution than that. Negative. Jeez, some people. Oh my goodness. Oh, this Starship tour. Oh dear. That is wild. Look at that. Yeah, there we go. Looks like, aha, alright, we figured it out. 005. Yep. Get it down to 5. So literally 995? Was it 995? Yeah. So you can literally take 995 and turn it into 005. Not 007, but 005. Nice. I was gonna say, I thought I remembered doing a similar puzzle like that a while back, and I'm thinking, I feel like you can make the digits even smaller than that, and then it took me a few minutes. I'm like, wait a minute, if you flip it here, usually I look at every combination first before I make a guess. But I am a visual gal. If I had a piece of notepad, I'd put it and be like, all right, let me see. If I take this one here and this one there, and then do this one there and then this one there, that would give me this, and then contemplating it, just figuring it out. Science, math, good stuff. Fun with numbers, like we do at 12:34. It's not 12:34 right now. Oh, we missed 1, 2, 3. we have coming up 145, 145 pretty soon. That's in a few minutes. Right now it's 138 Eastern Standard Time. We're on the Eastern Standard Time. EST for short here in America. So let's see. It would probably be night, right? So how is it we say that again at night? I've been trying to learn some Japanese. I know in the mornings between dusk, no, not dusk, between dawn and noontime, we say arigato gozaimasu. And then afternoon, we say something like just arigato, right? Was it something like that? And then it's from like after, 5 until dusk. We say, I'm trying to remember the third one. Darn it, I forget how to say that one. I'm just trying to figure out the first 3 of the day to figure out what to say properly. Because over here in America, you have good morning. That's usually from dawn until noontime, or 11:59. And then it's between noon and 5, we'll say good afternoon. And then from 5 p.m. until dark, then we'll say good night or good evening. Yeah. So it's kind of like that. It's pretty cool. I always knew that one. It was kind of like, hello, how are you? Arigato gozaimasu, if I'm even saying that right. Those that know my channel know I tend to botch these names. So. But, or maybe an afternoon. Is it just, I gotta go back to I'm learning this free language thing I got. I didn't realize that they had an option for that. So I was trying to remember the name of the language program that I'm using. It's a pretty interesting one. It was pretty fascinating. I was like, please, for the love of God, have Japanese in there. I know it's really complicated because I tried to learn it before. It was really, really, really exhausting and hard. I know a handful of other words as well, but I just can't remember half of them anymore because I don't have someone to interact and talk with about that. Like, I miss being able to have something like, same with Francais. I spent quad years, that quad is 4 in French. I spent over 4 years, about 6 to 8 total. And sadly, I didn't have anybody that spoke fluent French that I could, I mean, there were a couple of people around that spoke it, but I couldn't fluently talk to them on a regular basis or on a daily basis. I know they say, what's that old saying about like immersive environment, and you move yourself there literally and you're almost literally forced to learn it. I did that in Canada for a while, but Canadian French is different from Paris French and other variants of French as well. And my stepfather spoke Canadian French with his parents before they passed. And it was kind of hard. I could pull a few words out every once in a while, and then I'd come home and try to say some, and he'd just laugh at me. He was always a horrible... I don't... It's a family channel. I do not want to even say that on screen. Yep. Terrible, terrible human being. Yep. No comment on that. I'm going to leave it at that. Almost quarter of. Yep. So the poll still stands. We got 15 minutes on this poll left, y'all. So 1, she goes down the stairs. 2, she stays in this room. Now I know that kind of takes away number 2 if she steps out of the room, because she has approached that door a couple times. But I'm gonna say staying in this room fully, like not, I mean, the door is gonna open sometimes with the way that she moves around. We have programmed her that she knows she can switch between Vikings, but she doesn't seem to. I've not seen her switch once. Well, we did when we were trying to train her in the early days, but she hasn't actually figured out. We did put that in like a couple weeks ago. I don't think she even realized that she could switch between Vikings. So we're trying to do that. We integrated that, I think it was a week or two, or a couple weeks ago. So she still doesn't quite know, and she is failing about a third of the time right now. I wish I could put that little terminal up so y'all can see what's happening with her. I'm trying to see how many fails she has. About every 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about every 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's about every 6 times. And she's tried to push up. I'm like, no, honey, you cannot go up, sweetie. You can only go up when you're down a ladder over here. But she's still trying to learn. So we're just burning through. So I know earlier on we started out using Gemini 3.5, Google Gemini 3.5 Flash 3.5, and then we found another system that we've been building that we took pieces from, and then we've been building our own based on that, and then we built it up to be more accurate for the actual game and allow her to be able to like jump and make more active movements. So I'm hoping with the community and the other people that we can come together to help her be able to play better. I know it's easier for people to just like take the helm and start playing, so it looks like the AI is playing that smoothly and that fast, and then they just lie. There are some really fascinating systems that are coming down the pike pretty soon. It is pretty awesome. I hope we get to also use Unity and the backend. I think it's called MCP is the backend system. Integrate that so we can try to play around with that a little bit and see what that does. We're already seeing a ton of emerging, some really beautiful working starting to emerge from that, because I can't afford the business side or the maximum version of another AI system. Some are just waiting it out so they get a more powerful local one that works really well, and they just work on that one, or they build an LLM system into it so it starts learning to get even better that you can do. But we're still a little ways out from that. Yes, 15 less minutes, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. Yes, yes. Especially when people come in here and try to scam you from all these horrible things that they do. What's the best indie game? Yeah, what is the best indie game y'all have played this year? Drop it below. Mine? Oh, God, there's just still too many to list. She's been doing some wild ones on her game reviews. I want you all to keep a close eye on her game reviews. We have a very special game, brand spanking new indie game that she is going to be premiering on one of her reviews eventually. That's all I'm going to say about that, and I'm smiling, and I'm sure those could probably figure out what's going on. So from all the clues that we've been dropping, I'm just really excited. I think we're about halfway there. I was a little sad. I was kind of hoping it was gonna drop at least 2 weeks prior, leading up to the summer event tomorrow, or at least the coming soon will happen during the event. So sadly, I think we'll miss out on the good part of the summer sale. But because I was kind of hoping to get it up there before the summer sale kicked off, which like I said, I think that's tomorrow, isn't it? Does it start tomorrow? In the Sammies. New kids on the block, there's lots of hits, baby can't make some sick. In the Sammies. Oh, wait a minute, is that next week? Maybe I got my my dates a little mixed up. I feel like it's closer to the end of the week. Where is the Steam sale? You'd think I could just open up my browser to find it, but like I said, I can't really pull that up at the moment. I think that's gonna be after. I thought that was coming right up here. I'm missing something. Let me see. When is the Steam summer sale? Wait, no, that didn't start yet. I thought it was the 25th. Yeah, that's tomorrow. I gotta check the calendar. I can't right now. I could use my phone to check it. I think I pulled it up over here. Let me take a look there, chica. Gosh, shiver me timbers. Oh, I still had that pull up. Let me see. Yeah, shiver me off, see? Yeah. Yeah, see? Yeah. Oh, good, I got all that. Okay. There we go. What do we get here? What is this? Let's see. Summer sale. Yeah, the 25th. Yep. Kicks off tomorrow, y'all. It's gonna go right on through till July 9th. So we're hoping. Let's see if that kicks off tomorrow. 1, 2. Oh man, it might be right at the tail end of the summer sale. So yeah, that's really, and that's just sad because it has to stay in coming soon at least a minimum of 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So if I had the money, I would try to up the advertising for it a little bit, but that's all I'm gonna say right now. Just we were hoping to get it out before the summer sale kicked off. That was the plan, but life happened and it slowed things down, and we had a lot of stuff to fix. And that's the thing. Normally, I also factor in like an extra couple weeks in case we got to tweak some stuff so that we can try to time it right. And her birthday is about probably midway through the sale anyway, or at least 3 to 4 days into the sale. No, it's a little more than that, because it's the 25th, so it's actually halfway through the sale before her birthday anyway. We were trying to get it as close as we could to her birthday, but we're trying to release it on a Thursday at 12:30, the way Nintendo used to, around that time slot, but I don't know if that's gonna work. I wasn't even gonna mention a time slot until we knew for sure what was gonna happen. But yeah, we'll have to see. Just keep an eye on things over the next few weeks. We'll have to see. I'm sure it's gonna be July. It'd be a miracle if we see something by the weekend. I'm not holding my breath today. I did see one small surprise from Steam though. They did clear one of the two options. If we go back to the dashboard, let's see if I can remember. Oh, we went into that. Where is it? Where's the other side of it? I'm trying to find it. Oh yeah, so we have Steamworks admin or store admin. Let's take a look. If we look at the store side, nope, that's not what we want. I think it's the Steamworks admin side. No, not there either. Wubba Wonka? Wubba Wonka? I'm gonna have to check it. I have it pulled up in my browser. I'm gonna have to check it after our stream's almost done today anyway, y'all. I was just trying to drop another hint or clue coming up here at the end of our stream today before we do something like that. We'll have to kind of see what happens. I can't wait till y'all see the trailer we made. I think you're all gonna love it. I hope. Send some love if y'all see the trailer. We'll have to put the link in there. Hey, she came up. Well, okay, see, that's the thing. I don't know if one... No, one is she leaves on the ladder. 2 is if she stays in this room, but she has opened the door a couple times. So I don't know if that really truly counts. 3 was... Do you remember what 3 was? Were we going to do one option that is she's just in the room, and 3 was going to be she would leave the room? I don't remember. And then I know 4, it was if I was gonna, and you'd be happy to know I have not done anything to her. I have not pushed a left button or anything. I have stayed off of it since our snack break that we had about just a little less than an hour ago. Yeah, we got about 9 more minutes. before we wrap up today's stream. So finish putting your polls in for what y'all think, and we will. But she can do polls eventually when we can get her. So if y'all want to help us out here, get to affiliate. That's terrible. I hate baking. I feel so bad. Like, I know it'll come naturally, and I say it over and over, and I feel terrible that I'm saying it, and we should be just enjoying our stream and like just turning that off and not even worrying about it. Like, it'll get there organically. I get it. I'm sorry if I bring that up way too often. I really just want to have a good time and not focus on that. I know that's what a lot of people have talked about online. They're like, you know what? I just shut that off and I didn't even fret about it. I'm like, yeah, but does that mean you shut it off when you were trying to get like 500 subs or something? Were you actually trying to get your first 15 followers to come along? Yes. Can't wait to check that when we get off today to see where we're at. Hopefully we'll get to update that for y'all. I'm hoping that if someone did give us a follow, then a huge shout out to you, and again a huge shout out to all those others that just kind of linger and hang out with us, or just put us on so that you can learn Ingli a little bit better, English. So if that helps, hey, I'm happy to be here to be your teacher today, to help you with conversation and talk and pronunciations and helping you teach Ingli once again. I know Ingli is another reference I'm using from a different language, so if that helps any, it depends on how much you can understand. You know, I know I got to a point where I can pull like a few Japanese words out. I'm like, okay, I remember I've heard that word before. That one means this, or that one means that. I'm like, okay, I get it. I forget what to say in the afternoons. Is it still arigato? Because I think the morning is arigato gozaimasu, right? Am I pronouncing that second part right? Have I been doing it wrong the last decade? Because I've been speaking like that the last couple decades, and maybe it's muscle memory getting it stuck in there. If there's a slightly different pronunciation to it, then my apologies to anyone over there that can speak that, or if you're over here and you can speak it as well. I didn't mean to centralize it. Excuse me. My apologies. Whoops, that's that little bed desk clamping a clip into place again. It kind of popped out of place. Oh, there it goes again. See, it just pops again. I'm like, I don't know why I even try to do that. Oh, someday we won't have a desk slowly falling apart because we were hoping to be in the house by now. I'm sad. I saw this great deal on a little like rolling desk that goes under your bed to pull it into you. I'm like, I want that so bad, but I can't do that here in this little tiny room. I'm like, it would be really nice to have some kind of like better setup to do that. I wish I could pull everything out from under the bed. I just don't have any more room in here. I am literally so cramped, and I can't put anything higher up because it'll get too hot up there. I don't want to put more stuff up in the, and not really, well, we have half a loft. We don't have a full loft quite yet, so. But it is holding. It's about 77 degrees in here. I got the air conditioner straight on me. I got another fan blowing on me. So, and I know it's just gonna get a bit hotter. So I hope we make it through this summer. It'd be nice. It'd be an ultimate miracle this year if the summer could be these mild temps like they're being right now, instead of them being extremely. They're gonna probably be extreme for a couple weeks in July, and then we'll get like a little break. And then the extreme ones will come back, and then we'll get another little break, and then they'll be slightly mild. Then we'll get maybe 2 to 3 more days of like really mega hot, and then we'll get the mild days again, and then it will start to do that thing I call Indian summer up here as we close in on the fair. And it's also fair time this time of year because all the different fairs start going 1 week up this way, about a week. And then when I say Indian summer, it's like it gets really warm and toasty during the day. So you'll start out with like not needing any kind of a hoodie or anything. And then in the early evening, you got to actually pull your hoodie out. And it's usually the other way around in the wintertime. It starts out really cold. So you have like all these bundle layers on. And then by afternoon, you can like take a few layers off. So we pretty much have to hunker down on this bed, mostly during the winter time, with extra covers on us and minimal heat, sadly. I know that will actually help for the computers, so having a few extra computers running in here, though, that's something that's going to run some more electricity. But they will be putting out a little extra heat on these two. I use a laptop and a computer in here, and I know I'm not going to be able to do that during the summer. It's going to actually make it a little warmer in here if we're not cautious, because heat and computers do not mix. I just want to make sure I keep pushing that, because for anyone that kind of pops in for a few minutes and might miss that, but those that have actually been watching us all the way through, I'm sorry if I repeat myself way too many times. This is just part of our process and our script. I don't really stick to a full script. Like, most of this is just ad-libbing. But I mean is, like, I kind of have a rough script idea of kind of how it's laid out, and then I just kind of go with it. So there's nothing really, like, fully scripted. Oh, Lunar, she's doing something different. She's trying to move around an icon up there. And she's like, wait a minute, what is this? So she's trying to select something else in the character. Are you gonna try to switch to your other character now at the last minute? We've still got like less than 2 minutes, y'all. So I would probably say that was not me. So 4 does not count today, by the way. That was not me at all. Not me at all. So 4 is out. So it's gonna be polls 1, 2, or 3. Let's see what happens here. See what she wraps up and does. That might be her one last action she did. Let me look at her console and see what she did. I think she just hit a select button or something. She hit the start button. That's what did it. Okay, I hope she's realized that she can hit start to move around, because eventually the Lost Vikings can pick up items, and then she could use that item and move that around. I don't know if she's... Okay, she's moving left and right in that menu system. I hope she realizes that she's got to hit... Is it... I forget if it's B select start. Which one of those gets you out of there? Do you hit select again, start again, or is it B again? I can't remember. It's been so long since I played this. Man, I used to play the crap out of this game on Super Nintendo. I know they've had it on PC and a lot of those other versions. My favorite is Sega CD. There's a whole list of Sega CD favorites I have over there. Probably the remastered version, though, that we have on Nintendo Switch now, Lunar 1 and 2. Those are 2 of my favorite games, of course, because they're named after my daughter, and my daughter is not named after them. She's actually named after the lunar moon on the lunar holiday in January. And the daughter I lost was named Hope.
All right, Pack, that's a wrap for today.
Yep.
You are all absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Come find me on Twitch at Lunar Fox Vibes, and until next time, pause up. A Lunar Fox out.
Yes, pause up. Thanks for watching, y'all. Appreciate it. We will see you on Throwback Thursday. Have a good rest of your Wednesday. Peace.
Sometimes my little sister drives me crazy. Her chaos makes our world so hazy. But deep inside my heart, I know it's true. There's no one I'd rather be with than you. Big sis always trying to make me behave, but I know she's the one who keeps me safe. She acts all mature and responsible, but I make her smile, it's undeniable. We're different as can be, together we're complete. protect each other, that's what sisters do. Together we're stronger, pack forever true. Different as can be, together we're complete. Luna and Mora, side by side. Sisters in the pack with pride. Love you, sissy, love you too, little one. Pack family.
Salt air, warm blankets, kitchen steam on the glass, tired feet, shoes off. Today is finally fading fast. See you next time. See you next time. Stars are waking up over the harbor, over the hills, over our heads. See you next time. The moon is a sliver of silver. We will meet again when the sun comes back. We will meet again. Sleep now, sleep now. Deep blue water is humming. Lighthouse blinking out there, angel lunar, silent prayers in the air. Candle low, heavy eyes, ready for the dream of perfect team. See you next time, see you next time. Stars are waking up over the harbor, over the hills, over our heads. See you next time. The moon is a sliver of silver. We will meet again when the sun comes back. We will meet again. Softly we drift, slowly we drift. Sure that tomorrow's waiting. Sure that the morning is gone. Good night, good night, good night. To see you next time. Sleep now, sleep now. See you next time. See you next time. Stars are waking up over the harbor, over the hills, over our heads. See you next time. The moon is a sliver of silver. We will meet again. The sun comes back. We will meet again. Softly we drift, slowly we drift. Sure that tomorrow is waiting. Sure that the morning is kind. Good night, good night, good night. To see you next time. Salt air, warm blankets, kitchen steam on the glass, tired feet, shoes off. Today is finally fading fast. See you next time, see you next time. Stars are waking up over the harbor, over the hills, over our heads. See you next time. The moon is a sliver of silver. We will meet again when the sun comes back. We will meet again. Sleep now, sleep now. is humming, lighthouse blinking out there. Angel, lunar, silent prayers in the air. Candle low, low, heavy eyes, ready for the dream, perfectly. See you next time, see you next time. Stars are waking up over the harbor, over the hills, over our heads. See you next time. The moon is a sliver of silver. We will meet again. When the sun comes back, we will meet again. Softly we drift, slowly we drift. Sure that tomorrow is waiting. Sure that the morning is coming.